Steinhouse, and welcome to Money Chat Now. Money Chat Now is a politically charged stock market pre-show giving you the politics of the day and the biggest moves in the stock market. It is presented with comedic common sense and just the right amount of sarcasm by an expert in financial literacy. And hey, that's me, Larry Steinhouse. Today is Thursday, September 22nd, and I want to welcome you to the show. We are here live on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and YouTube. And you can also find repeats of the show on Rumble and Spotify. Please search Money Chat Now and Larry Steinhouse, and then you can follow me there as well. Hey, if you'd like to connect to me personally, please go to contactlarry.com. That's contactlarry.com, and there you will find my social media connections, my email, my text message information. That's contactlarry.com. Hey, just a reminder, if you're watching online, hit that like button and hit that share button. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel and like the Money Chat Now page on Facebook. By the way, if you go to the Money Chat Now page on Facebook, you can also get a button. There's also a button that says reminders. So whenever the show comes on, you'll get a reminder that it's on as well, and you can click that as well. You can also find Money Chat Now and Larry Steinhouse Show on Spotify. Please go there as well. And you can comment live during the show on YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter. And please say hi so I know you're watching. And by the way, if you haven't joined the Money Chat Now fan page, please do that. That way you can always watch the show. I don't know, I've been risking Facebook jail with the last few posts I put out there, and I'm kind of surprised that they haven't gotten back to me on it. But if you go to the Money Chat Now page, you'll always be able to see the show. So please go to Money Chat Now, like it there. All right, on today's show, we're going to be discussing, of course, the market recap and the Fed BS yesterday. And oh my goodness, we're going to be talking about Trump troubles, an army of wimps, and of course, anxiety screenings. All right, Money Chat Now is brought to you by Investor Schooling. You can attend a complimentary class tonight. That's right, tonight, by going to investorschooling.com, and there you will learn about real estate investing and stock options trading from those who do it every day. All right, real quick, whole bunch of people online I want to say hello to before we get started. We got James and Mike and Ken and Glenn and my wife Linda. Thank you, Linda. We got Tommy. Tommy says Guten Morgen here, Larry. I'm thinking at first I thought it said gluten. And, you know, because I coughed. Anyway, good morning. We have from Deb, and we have Tommy sharing it. Thank you, Tommy. I totally appreciate you. We got Jose watching from YouTube. We got Ken the Democrat, James, and Keith. Good morning, guys. I really appreciate you guys. And, of course, I'd like to thank the following people for sharing the page the past few days. It looked like Peter and Mark and Mike and Ken shared it. Thank you so much. And Barbara shared it as well. And, of course, Tommy just shared it this morning. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I totally appreciate it. Not only is it great to share it, not only is it fun to share it, but, you know, it also gets other people to laugh in the morning. So make sure you share it in groups that you feel might benefit from it as well. Let's talk about what happened yesterday. Yesterday was a disaster. The Fed raised the interest rates, predicted 75 basis points. Wall Street reacted, and the market, you know, soon bounced back. And, of course, Powell opens up his mouth in this speech with his doom and gloom statement like this one. Powell said, "No one knows whether this process will lead to a recession or not. If so, how significant that recession will be." You know, I have one thing to say to you, Jerome Powell. Shut the hell up! Yes, we know you're getting your rocks off by manipulating the market and causing fear, but did you and your buddy Fauci have a contest on who the people should hate more? Seriously, give us a bone here and say something positive for a change. Don't say things like no one knows whether this process will lead to a recession or how significant that recession will be. The recession will be significant. I realize that you, as the Fed chair, have all the money in the country at your disposal, but you must still have a part of a heart that's left. You know, the part that must remember how the little guy feels when you increase his mortgage payment on his adjustable loan month after month. The little guy who also needs to make that credit card payments. And when you, Powell, heartlessly create a recession because you were too incompetent to raise rates slowly over the past 8 years, you'll now destroy lives. So if it wasn't the 75 and by the way, it wasn't the 75 basis points that was the problem. That was already factored in. It was just Powell's statement that killed the market. The Dow finished down 522 points. By the way, apparently I'm not the only one who thinks that these Fed rate hikes are too aggressive. The CEO of Double Line Capital, Jeffrey Gundlach, said the Federal Reserve should ease the pace of rate hikes in the economy because it's on the brink of a recession. It almost looks like he's been reading my scripts when he said the following during an interview last night. He said, the Fed should have done more earlier. The monetary policy has lags that are long and variable. but we've been tightening now for a while, and the impact of these tightenings is going to accumulate into a recession. I do think the Fed should be slowing down on these rate hikes. He continued, I do think the unemployment rate is going to go up, and I do think we're heading for a recession, and I think the Fed should have pasted this differently. But now they're so committed to this 2% that I think the odds of recession in 2023 are very high. I mean, I would put them at 75%, he said. Here is where he and I disagree. I say it will be triggered in February next year, the recession that is. Next year is going to be bad, but the year after that is going to be really bad. So prepare yourself. This man has made a financial disaster, and he's about to wreak havoc on all of us. I'm wondering, like I said, if Powell wants to be more aided than Fauci. In other countries, we're also seeing this ridiculousness. We heard about Sweden raising their interest rate a full 100 basis points, and this morning it was announced that the Swiss National Bank raised their interest rate 75 basis points. Switzerland has been the last country in Europe with a negative policy rate in the region's central banks, and they've been aggressively increasing rates to tackle the soaring inflation. Their problem isn't as bad as ours, though. Inflation in Switzerland is currently running at its highest rate in decades. Ready? 3.5%. Really? Switzerland was one of those countries with a negative interest rate for a while, and that meant the banks could actually borrow money and basically get paid to borrow it. Some strange economics were at play there. I never get that. But Japan is now the last major economy with a central bank with negative interest rates. They have not needed to raise their rates. So there you have it. The Fed is too aggressive. The economy is going to suffer for it, and the next increase has to be 50 basis points or lower, or we're in big trouble. The recession is around the corner, and so are the midterms. You know what to do. All right, let's look at the futures. Let's see if we can make some heads or tails of what's going on today. Right now we have the Dow is just kind of sitting there doing nothing. Same thing with the S&P, and the Nasdaq is down about 30. But I will tell you that this morning it was up. It was up like 150, the Dow futures, when I got here this morning. So who knows? I just don't even know what to do anymore. It's insane. All right, real quick, I want to take a quick look and see if anybody's joined us that I haven't said hello to yet. Yep, we got James and Keith and Peter and Bill and Rob and Charles. And it looks like James is watching again from YouTube. Thank you so much. And, all right. And then we also have Tommy saying that no one liked my shares of Money Chat Now, but they liked the shares of the Let's Go Brandon. Okay, keep going, Let's Go Brandon. Keep putting it out there. That's all right. Don't worry about it. Keep sharing it. Let people know about it. All right. Then again, let's get into what's going on with Mr. Trump. Oh, yeah. Once again, the boys who cried wolf, the Democrats are trying to find something, anything, that they can use to make the greatest president this country ever had look bad and discredit him. Now, according to the news, New York Attorney General Letitia James sent a criminal referral to U.S. prosecutors in Manhattan and the IRS regarding possible federal crimes uncovered during the investigation into Donald Trump's businesses and family members. What now? Well, according to the article, James said Wednesday that her office believes it has uncovered federal crimes by Trump and others, including bank fraud and lying to financial institutions. She said in her speculative statement, the defendants repeatedly and persistently manipulated the value of assets to induce banks to lend them money to the Trump organization on more favorable terms than they would have otherwise been available. They did this to pay lower taxes as well, to satisfy loan agreements and get insurance companies to agree to more beneficial terms. Is she out of her frickin' mind? This is a serious grasp at straws here. What is she claiming? Is she claiming that, for example, if Trump owned a building worth $20 million and he told the bank it was worth $25 million and then got a loan on that building based on the value of $25 million, not the $20 million, then he committed fraud? This is what happens when people who have no knowledge of how the system works and when people who hate others just to make a name for themselves. Hello, McJames, you know nothing about how the world works. The banks have a due diligence to perform before making those loans. If they felt the building assets were worth less than Trump said they were, they would have let him know. I think my rental properties are worth, I think at this point they're worth $400 billion. You think I can get a loan for that? No. Oh, Mr. Banker, why not? You didn't take my word for it? Seriously, this is like this and the Mar-a-Lago raid are the continued witch hunts that just prove how squeaky clean Trump really is. Honestly, I can't believe they can't find anything substantial on him. No, not because he's a thief, because I can't believe that this guy could be so perfect in his bookkeeping and his life. I mean, really, look at yourself. Everyone makes minor mistakes. Any, anyway, this is just another charade to get the people to dislike Trump and the people like me who want to make America great again. The crazy part is that every time a crybaby liberal tries to discredit Trump, his fan base actually gets stronger. And that makes us proud to be, as Biden says, ultra MAGA. All right, let's take a break here. We'll talk to you guys in a minute.
Okay, so you thought about buying and selling real estate. You've thought about investing in the stock market, but don't know where to start. Well, what if you could find a place to unlock strategies to master both real estate and the stock market, all without the headache? That place is Investor Schooling, hosted by Larry Steinhouse, an expert in real estate, financial literacy, and the ins and outs of the stock market. You can attend Investor Schooling in person or online 8 times a month. You can and will learn how to make money in real estate, and you will learn mastery of stock techniques such as options and covered calls. You will even get a chance to ask one of your burning questions to the stock option sultan, the master of picks and plays. Call 866-424-2829 for free information and receive a complimentary pass to attend classes, or register online at investorschooling.com. Don't delay. These passes are limited. So what are you waiting for? Call 866-424-2829. That's 866-424-2829. Or visit investorschooling.com. That's investorschooling.com.
All right, welcome back to Money Chat Now. I am your host, Larry Steinhouse. And of course, if you'd like more information on investor schooling, you can go to investorschooling.com or call 866-424-2829. That's 866-424-2829. Hey, I want to welcome you back to the show. We are here live on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and YouTube. And of course, you can find repeats of the show on Rumble and Spotify. Please search Money Chat Now and Larry Steinhouse on Spotify. Like and subscribe there. And if you'd like to connect to me, please go to contactlarry.com. That's contactlarry.com, and you'll be able to find my social media connections, my email, and my text message information. That's contactlarry.com. I just have to laugh. Johnson Aid actually, wait. Johnson Aid said Trump is the best president this country ever had. This MCN episode is going off. But actually, Johnson didn't leave because they made another comment. But I'm like, really? You've never watched this show before? You've been on several times. You don't know how I feel? Oh, boy. All right, anyway, so far we've been discussing, of course, the market recap and the fact that the Fed raised interest rates 75 basis points and destroyed the world. The Dow is now down 11 points. The S&P is down 7, and the NASDAQ is down 34. We talked about Trump's troubles. Coming up, we have an army of wimps. We have anxiety screenings, and, of course, today's picks and plays. But first, did you guys hit that share button yet? Did you guys hit that like button? Everybody hit that share button. Leave a comment to say hi if you haven't already. And, if you want to leave the show because I think Trump is the greatest president, feel free to do that. I don't get it, but okay. Please share and like as well. Also, don't forget to order my new book called Money Hacks. And if you ordered it, please leave a review on Amazon. Really appreciate it. All right, let's get into what's going on here. So to say this country is doomed would be an understatement. Did you ever watch movies about boot camps, like for military? You know, these movies where they show a cadet, being terrorized by the sergeant who's training them in order to break the cadet down and make them a stronger soldier to be prepared for war and the horrors it may bring. In these movies, the sergeant will yell at you and say things like, "You faggot, you mama's boy," or other inferences designed to rattle the cadet. But as we see in the movies, this training may help the cadet in the future to save a life or stop a terrorist because of this type of training. The horrors of boot camp. Yes, it sounds harsh, and maybe it isn't as bad as they portrayed in the movies, but wait till you hear what's expected of our cadets now. Our Air Force has been reported to have an entire section of training dedicated to them and they. Yep. Our Air Force, with code names like Maverick and Goose, is no longer allowed to say mom or dad or him or her. You are now required to say us, them, or they. A slide presentation, no joke, a slide presentation given to cadets entitled Diversity and Inclusion, What It Is, Why We Care, and What We Can Do, was obtained by Fox News. It advises cadets to use person-centered and non-gender neutral language when describing individuals. No, really, this is what our military is concerned with? Should we drop bombs with flowers instead of explosives? Maybe they can have little notes on them saying, "Have a nice day." This is what they're being taught. And it's so sweet and sensitive because some families are headed by single parents, grandparents, foster parents, two moms, two dads, so cadets consider parent or caregiver instead of mom and dad. Those are the words they should use. It actually says in the slides, use words that include all genders like folks or y'all instead of guys, partner versus boyfriend or girlfriend. This was not sarcasm. These were quotes from the presentation, for real. Can you imagine if we ever go to war? Can you imagine the pep talk in the war room before the battle? Honestly, Gomer Pyle would now be the strongest soldier and probably the commander. Well, golly, folks! Seriously, this is what our country has come down to? The insane are now running the insane asylum. Corporal Klinger is now the hero in our wars. We have clearly seen that if you're a man and wear a dress, you'll be promoted to a high position in Washington. By the way, how do them and they celebrate Mother's Day and Father's Day anyway? I never understood that one. And here's another question. When the U.S. Census gets taken, do thems and theys have to put down 2 people for every 1 person? It also brings me to a new definition of the question. Who do they think they are anyway? All right, let's get into anxiety screenings. So this morning I'm writing this show, and after researching and writing the past segments, I come across this headline. Influential health group says U.S. doctors should screen more adults for anxiety. Really? Are they trying to tell me something? Do I look anxious to you? Do I sound anxious to you? Shut up and don't answer that. Well, this article talks about the fact that adults under 65 should be tested for anxiety even if they have no symptoms. No, really, tested even if they have no symptoms. Does this sound like something we just went through? Oh yeah, I remember. It was the very thing that so many adults have anxiety over in the first place. The freaking scamdemic! The health officials, unnamed in the article, of course, stated that there are reports of a surge in mental health problems linked with, pandemic isolation and stress. So they say that the guidance is very timely. Oh, but wait. Did you know that anxiety is a racist disease? Oh yeah, according to reports, those living in poverty, people who have lost partners, and those who have other mental health issues are among adults who face higher risk for developing anxiety, which can manifest as panic attacks, phobias, or feeling always on the edge. Feeling always on the edge. By the way, it's also 1 in about 10 pregnant and postpartum women experience anxiety. But of course, Black people also experience more anxiety than everyone else. Just like COVID, anxiety affects Black people more than you like, or more than Biden might say, like normal people. So for all you people who don't want to deal with your emotions, who don't have a platform like this one to channel your anxiety, there are many pills you can get prescribed by so-called doctors who will spend 15 minutes with you, listening to you complain, and then toss you out of their office with a prescription for a drug that the side effects often include, guess what? Anxiety and depression. Yep, you getting a drug to cover a symptom that the drug you're being given causes. Have you noticed something else in common with the prescription drugs lately? On a side note, did you ever notice that all the people who were being reported with COVID in the past 6 months also had the vaccine and at least 1 booster? Have you ever heard of someone being reported with COVID that didn't have the vaccine? No, nothing to see here, folks. Move along, take your thems and theys, and go away, and then just worry about your pronouns and justify that ugly dress with the lump on it, You could go to the doctor, you could justify that ugly dress with the lump on it, the lump that's right below your waist. Really? Oh, and if justification doesn't work, we have a pill for that. Did you ever wonder how people survived 200 or more years ago without these anxiety pills? Oh wait, maybe there wasn't as much anxiety because the people weren't on, anxiety medications and actually had to deal with the problem and come up with a solution. No wonder that mental health drug companies make billions. All right, before I take a break here, I clearly need to take my Cilaxa or my Lexapro or my Prozac or my Luvax, or maybe it was Paxil or Zoloft. Yeah, that one. You know what? Screw that. I think I'm just going to have an avocado. Yep, according to some studies, the number 1 fruit to help with anxiety is apparently an avocado. Well, see you guys in a minute. Hi, I'm Larry Steinhouse, and one of the most misunderstood things in America is money. That's why I've written this book. It's called Money Hacks, because everything you think you know about money is wrong. And I'm telling you, everything you think you know about money is wrong. When you read this book, you will learn things about money that you did not know. You will even learn if money can buy you happiness. I have a full chapter dedicated to that. You're going to definitely want to read that. I talk about how to use other people's money to buy real estate. I talk about how to save more money, and I even talk about how to rebuild your credit score in this book. There are 22 amazing chapters in this book. This book is now available everywhere. It's available on Amazon. It's available on barnesandnoble.com. And you can order this book right now, and you'll have it in 2 days, and you'll start learning things about money that you never knew before. So order the book right now. Go to Amazon, go to barnesandnoble.com, and order the book, Money Hacks by Larry Steinhouse. Hey, welcome back to Money Chat Now. I'm sitting here reading the comments. They're cracking me up. All right, welcome back to Money Chat Now. I'm your host, Larry Steinhouse. You guys are absolutely cracking me up. It's really great. By the way, if you want to be a sponsor on this show, your name and product will be delivered to hundreds of loyal listeners and watchers of this show. Apparently, Johnson Aid won't appreciate them because, it, she, it, them, they, whatever the heck it is offended. I wonder if that's the other one who used to be Johnson Kittens. Who knows? Anyway, as you know, we're expanding our base every day, and if you'd like to get your product or service out to my audience, help keep the show on the air, I'd love to have you as a sponsor. Just reach out in Messenger, or just send me an email by going to contactlarry.com. That's contactlarry.com. By the way, did you guys know we have a Spotify channel? That's right. You can subscribe to the channel and listen to all the reports. You can have some fun with the last report. I'm sure you're going to enjoy that one. You can play it for your friends. They're broken out for your enjoyment. Look up Money Chat Now on Spotify and subscribe. So far, of course, we've been discussing the market recap. Right now, the market, the Dow is actually up 17. The S&P is sitting there at about 2, and the NASDAQ at about 17. See, so first of all, I got to go back here. My wife says on here, she says, hold on, let me see if I can find it. There's been so many comments. She says, I don't know where it is. It was great, but she said something about Maverick and Goose being in the Navy, not the Air Force. I can't find it. And she says that she's going to discipline me by making me watch the movie. See, that's what I mean, right? You can't get any pronoun right. See, the Air Force is supposed to fly planes, the Navy is supposed to fly boats, and what happens? Maverick and Goose are in the Navy. See, nothing's right. All right, we also talked about the fact that Trump's in trouble again, but it's such BS, it really is. And we also talked about the Army of Wimps, which is what we were just talking about, and the fact that I need another avocado. All right, coming up, we have today's picks and plays, but did you guys hit that like button yet? Did you guys hit that share button? Tell all your friends about that show. Let them know it's both entertaining and educational, right? Come on, it's entertaining and educational. You know that. Please share it on your page or in groups that you feel will also enjoy the show. Come on, Ken the Democrat, why don't you share it? Tell everybody how crazy you think I am. All right, by the way, let's get into the market. And by the way, reporting on the market is giving me anxiety today. I need another avocado. Damn, this market is so weird. No matter what the news we get, the market seems to be moving in the opposite way each time. The investors are clearly waiting for the recession. They go in and out of positions quickly just to grab a piece of small profit. Look, it might be to play if you can watch the small movements. If you can get in and out quickly, you might be able to grab some profit in plays like maybe a SPY put or a SPY call. Look for the patterns. The interesting thing is they're actually getting more and more clear. I'm actually noticing the patterns are getting more clear. The stocks are really starting to show a fast up and down pattern. Almost looks like a sine wave in some of these patterns. And if you see sine wave patterns, those are the ones you want to play stock options on. Those are the best patterns of all when they just go up and down, up and down, and up and down. Carnival Cruise Line happens to be a good one for that. They tend to drop below 9, then go back to 11. So I would tell you right now, if Carnival goes below 9, get in, get a call, and get out right around 10 3/4. I sold my covered calls in the stock when it hit 11. And, of course, if it falls below 9, I will buy them back for a 50% total profit. I like those plays. We should be moving in and out of the dead zone. We should be moving out of the dead zone this week, which is going to be a good thing. And next week, the market, if my theory holds, will start to move back up. Look for the plays I suggested, like Meta, Apple, Google, and even the travel stocks. The travel stocks were beat up yesterday by the oil prices going up, and oil prices came right back down. I'm not even going to try to predict today because it gives me too much anxiety. All right, let's take a look at the futures. Let's see what Wall Street thinks is going on right now. The Dow is kind of moving up about 31. S&P is about flat, and the Nasdaq is down about 11. So nothing really exciting yet. We'll have to see what goes on. Let's get into crypto. On the crypto scene today, Bitcoin is about 19,000 and Ethereum is under 1,300. I actually expected a bigger drop after yesterday. This might be telling us something in the market because it didn't drop that much. We'll see, but we'll know when it happens. All right, gold and silver are trying to tick up, but they're stalled. Gold is about 1675 and silver is about 19. I'll tell you something else. If gold goes below 16, it's time to switch to gold buying instead of silver buying for a little while. I think gold at 16 is a really low price. I think that'll be great. I still think silver at 19 is a good price, but not as good as gold below 16. So I'd like to say switch over to gold. If it goes below 16, maybe grab a bar, maybe grab a couple ounces, whatever you can do, and start to save it, put it in a safe somewhere, whatever you got to do. So the Treasury bond right now is about 3.53%, and we'll see. I think that's going to continue to rise. I think 4% will be the next benchmark. It's coming soon. There's no doubt in my mind it's coming soon. Pretty soon it'll be 4.5, 4 to 4.5. That's probably where it'll peak out, is between 4 and 4.5. And then things will start to settle down as we go into a recession, because that's just the way it is. We're going to be in a recession. So oil again dropped yesterday, and oil is now below $84 a barrel, and the average gas price is $3.68 a gallon. It's moving up a penny. Oh no, let's get mad because it moved up a penny. No, actually, look, $3.68 a gallon. Look, it isn't bad, but again, it's still at least a buck, maybe $1.25 higher than it was before the glorious leader Biden was appointed president. All right, you guys are really into this show. I'm really glad you're into the show every morning. If you want to watch this show every morning at 7:30, we have a bunch of new viewers, and I thank you all for being that. You guys are awesome for watching this show every day. I continue to do this show. Of course, if you want to, you can sponsor this show. We talked about that before. Please reach out to me. Let me know you want to sponsor this show. It does make it easy. This show does cost me a lot of money to produce in the morning, and so far I'm putting out all my money, and that's okay. I don't mind doing that, but if you guys want to sponsor it, you can help me with that, and also you can get your name out to all of my listeners. I have several of them. Matter of fact, my last post, if you haven't seen it, my last post went viral and has over 750 shares. That's just shares. So you can imagine how great that is. My name is Larry Steinhouse. I am the host of Money Chat Now, and I am the CEO of Investor Schooling. Remember, you can contact me directly at contactlarry.com. That's contactlarry.com, and there you will find my social media connections and my email and text message information. All right, everybody, let's hope it works out. Make it a profitable day.